sharks and dolphins, sea lions and seals. Learn about stingrays and all about eels.
Florida residents, February is free annual pass month at Miami Seaquarium.
Miami Seaquarium.
Oh my God, you say hello, Lolita. Oh my God, you're such a cute girl.
Opening its doors on September 24, 1955, Miami Seaquarium was the world's largest marine life attraction, housing a variety of marine mammals and fish. Although it is no longer the world's largest oceanarium, the park still holds a significant distinction amongst the other sea parks of the world. Miami Seaquarium is home to the oldest killer whale in captivity, Lolita. On an August day in 1970, one of the first large-scale orca captures took place in Puget Sound, just off the coast of Washington state. Several young calves were stripped from their families and sold to different sea parks, becoming the hottest new animal attractions. Of the several orca calves captured, only one remains alive today. Her name is Tokatai, otherwise known by her stage name, Lolita.
And now, it's time to meet the biggest star in Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to meet the one, the only, Lolita, the killer whale.
Lolita was sold to Miami Seaquarium for about $6,000 and arrived at the park on September 24, 1970, to serve as a playmate for Hugo, a male orca who was also from Lolita's southern resident orca clan.
Este cetáceo, llamado orca, y conocido en los países anglosajones como ballena matadora, es una novedad del Seaquarium de Miami.
Though Lolita and Hugo were the park's #1 attraction, their popularity masked a sad reality. Upon delivery, Lolita and Hugo were kept separate, Hugo in the current manatee tank and Lolita about a few hundred yards away.
He exhibited unusual stereotypic behaviors and also self-injurious behaviors. So another consequence of stress in captivity is that sometimes animals will take out their aggression and inhibition in very strange ways that result in personal injury.
His final diagnosis, a brain aneurysm. However, marine experts believe he committed suicide after living in such wretched conditions. His body disposed in the Miami-Dade County dump.
He had a history of bashing his head into walls and windows. Most likely that was a traumatic aneurysm.
35 years after Hugo's death, Lolita still has not seen another orca. She currently resides with a group of Pacific white-sided dolphins in a tank that is already not up to code. Being that Lolita is approximately 21 feet long and 7,000 pounds, the dimensions of a tank for a whale of that size must be at least 48 feet wide in either direction, with a straight line of travel across the middle. Barricaded by a worker's wall in the middle of the tank, Lolita's swimming space is only 80 feet long and 35 feet wide, with its deepest point being about 20 feet deep. On average, an orca along with its pod can swim about 100 miles a day, swimming along the currents of the deep sea. In order for Lolita to accomplish that goal daily, she would need to swim about 6,600 times back and forth against the longest end of the tank every day.
Even if you had all the nourishment to survive, like, forever, you'd eventually get bored just living in your house your entire life. Like, I think that's something that people, like, they don't really understand when they go to places like SeaWorld, they just go there and leave, and then they don't really think about, oh, the whales are trapped here for their entire lives swimming in this, pool.
However, Lolita is not the only cetacean at Miami Seaquarium living in some of the worst marine mammal facilities in the nation. The dolphins currently living at the park display unusual behavior, a consequence of life in captivity.
PETA just came across some footage of the dolphins. I think it was actually at the Miami Seaquarium, sort of banging their heads against the grate. But it's not uncommon in dolphins and in orcas to see them self-injurious behaviors, and that's a result of stress and captivity.
Living 45 years in a concrete bathtub has taken its toll on Lolita. Her clicks and tones bounce back against the concrete walls, while the sounds of feverish visitors strike from above. However, Lolita still recognizes the calls of her family.
Lolita has demonstrated that she remembers her family's calls. I think there was a study 10 years ago where her family's calls were played to her and she recognized them immediately and reacted, like, in a very powerful way to them.
However, there is the possibility that because she was so young when she was captured, and because she's not lived with any other orcas for several decades now, that behaviorally she would not be able to adapt. There is a possibility. We simply won't know unless we try. I mean, that's the bottom line.
The plan for Lolita's return into the wild has been devised not only by marine mammal activists, but those of the scientific community as well, who have strategized a step-by-step plan to successfully relocate Lolita back to her home.
We come out here every weekend to show support for Lolita and all the animals that are tortured and captive. We have an orcanetwork.org. You can look up all the information on what we're doing, where CPEN is, and what's going to happen. But soon enough, we're going to shut this place down.
Do you guys think that she would be healthier here or if she was in the ocean?
Maybe in the ocean, because I see it's alone in the pool. It's sad. So I think it's better in the ocean.
There's this well-developed plan that was created by experts such as Howard Garrett of Orca Network. She'd be rehabilitated in a coastal sanctuary off the coast of Orcas Island in Washington. And when the time is right, she'd be given the choice of going back to open waters if she so desires, and throughout the whole thing she'd be monitored by veterinary staff.
It's not 100% guaranteed that she'd be able to be released, but it's certainly a possibility. She'd at least be able to live out a much more normal life. She'd be able to feel the rhythms of the sea again. She would be able to interact with other sea life. She would potentially be able to communicate with her pod.
Captivity is not education. Did you tell your son that, or your daughter? That the animals are dying.
Orcas don't belong in captivity. There are certain animals that we just cannot provide what they need in terms of their even their most basic needs.
With the help of multiple social media platforms, awareness of Lolita's condition have spread worldwide.
I think there's been a real paradigm shift in the way people are thinking. Especially after Blackfish came out, a lot more people have become aware, and it's become more mainstream to talk about this kind of stuff.
The documentary Blackfish.
The controversial documentary Blackfish.
A new documentary exposing the darker side of the theme park is making waves of its own.
Now, SeaWorld has fought back against the documentary, writing to 50 movie critics around the country, blasting what it describes as egregious and untrue allegations.
No living creature should experience the mistreatment lived daily by captive orcas such as Lolita. And with social support, actions are currently being made to end their mistreatment.
Well, I think it's important for people to recognize that that cetaceans, dolphins, and other whales have feelings, and that captivity places them under like immense stress. It's basically, time to phase out keeping cetaceans in captivity. 50 years ago, there was something to be learned from keeping them in captivity, but now I don't think there's any more really significant scientific value in keeping them in captivity. I think it's purely just for exploitation and entertainment now to make a profit.
We demand transparency from corporations, and I think that pressure from our generation, which is only growing in power and strength every day, is going to make the ultimate, it's going to lead to their demise. It's going to make the ultimate difference.
To see Lolita finally free. Free to live out her days with her orca clan, to feel the rhythms of the sea again, to put an end to this marine tyranny. That is the true goal.